Welcome, welcome to Ghosted Tarot Card Reading. We're going to get into it. We're going to get to all of our zodiac signs. But first, it is Aries that is going to be up in this particular, I guess we'll start with Aries. I was going to start the other way, but never mind. It's fine. Please go hit subscribe. But while you're waiting for me to shuffle, I'm going to get into a current energy for you, Aries. Just kind of any reason for ghosting, the feelings from you and them. So we'll get feelings from the both of you, as well as anything that could make you feel better, anything that you should know truly about the situation and a potential outcome or likely outcome. So let's get into this reading. Stay. Okay. Definitely grieving. There's definitely some sort of piece that is gone. This probably definitely a partnership, a relationship, or some sort of connection. Again, however these align, let them align. If it's not the most specific way, then just align where you can. And if you don't align at all, then that's just what it is. Other than that, we are going to get into this reading. When we get into ghosting and we're talking about the topic ghosting, we're talking about pulling energy away from somebody you've been giving to energy. This could be somebody you're talking to. It could be somebody that you're living with. It could be somebody you just met. But again, however this aligns for you, allow it to align, because it's not going to be the same story for everybody, but it can always kind of like be similar. So, all right, 8 of Pentacles. Okay. This could be an earth sign, in specific Capricorn or Virgo. Aries, I feel like this was like a really good relationship. I mean, this would have been a really great beginning of a relationship. It had a lot of forever energy wrapped around into it. So there was a lot of focus and there was a lot of manifestation, probably given the fact that this was a really deep connection. I feel like there is confusion and somebody is ignoring the way that they feel, or somebody's ignoring the way that they're needing something in specific. I feel like communication is definitely blocked and there's a lot of quiet also. So this might actually just be it's quiet. So that's where you're getting confused, but there is definitely that grief that comes in, and it's almost like it's hidden away and you kind of like put it away and pretend like it doesn't bother you. So this was some sort of a partnership, and it's definitely has you kind of like tied to it. So whatever the situation is, you are tied to it. It's been bothering you. Over on your end, finding out how you feel about everything. Kind of, you were busy working, really. I mean, you were just in a place where you're changing, you're focusing, you're dedicated to whatever it is that you do. But I feel like the experience you thought was going to be a really reliable one. Okay. And I feel like over on their end, they had a very closed mind about the situation. So when they were learning about this relationship, they're really trying to like not control where the narrative went or how it was created, how it was transforming, how it was changing, any of those things. I feel like money is definitely on their mind. So any money that they didn't see would make them feel unsafe, and it would make them haul ass out of here. So again, I just feel like misery wants company on this end of things over on the earth sign, or, you know, whatever specific zodiac sign you have. I feel like this is definitely that type of thing. Now, again, the stability is not here. It's no longer here. So I feel like anything that you should know deeply about the situation is that there's definitely some sort of like awakening or a realization from them. And I mean, they were very reckless about it. They're very arrogant about it. And I feel like, yeah, they were passionate, they were sexual, there was a lot of physical that you were getting from this person. But again, the impatience that they had, they wouldn't have lasted very long with you, Aries, because they were just, again, very impatient, dominating or trying to dominate the situation by the ending of it. If they had to go quiet, if they have to be quiet and they have to delay this, that's how they'll do it. So, I mean, it was just a fuckboy anyway. Fuckboy energy. That's what I'm vibing off of. And I feel like you were going to be loving them with good intention, and that's just not the way that this was headed. Anything to really feel better on your end of things. 9 of Pentacles upright. I do feel like definitely you can find some balance by just examining the overall completion of being independent. I feel like you could really just examine how amazing and balanced you are in love and how reliable you are, just reminding yourself that, yeah, money cannot fix everything, but materials or going on a shopping spree might help a little bit. It might make me feel a little better. So get your focus, just bottom line, get your focus off this situation. It's really going to make you feel as if you have no self-worth. I mean, it takes away the value of a person. Yes. So a good thing to, eventually just talk to yourself, or talk yourself into understanding that you are lovable. This is just a blip in the radar, not even. Okay, likely outcome here for Aries. We've got our Knight of Cups, that's in reverse, Seven of Cups reverse, and then we also have our Knight of Pentacles upright. Okay. Yeah, so I wouldn't fuck around with this. It doesn't mean necessarily that they won't come back or they won't bother you again, but I feel like they just really lack any sort of substance. And I feel like even if you were to like get back involved, it would be unrealistic because they probably have some sort of substance abuse problem or some sort of emotional intensity that they carry. So make sure with this likely outcome that don't try to face this reality without thinking about it first. Okay, this is a bad choice, but I really feel like the arrogancy here between the both of you is that you're gonna like maybe try again, and if you try again, you probably will reach out. And I feel like whatever this is, like you're like, no, they're hard worker, they're responsible, it'll be fine. Whatever. I told you so. Let's just say that, okay? Because that's just where that is fucking headed. All right, let's get into Taurus's ghosted. So please, Aries, go ahead, hit subscribe. Taurus, we're going to find out why you were ghosted, find out your zodiac sign and the reason for it, the depths of it, obviously all the way into a potential outcome. And while I'm shuffling, please hit subscribe, click that bell. Just like a triplet or like three. Just like three. You're trying to become whole, maybe. Just this energy, Taurus, is very unstable, whatever the situation is. And I feel like anything that you're trying to hand over or know is shifting. So even if you take a leap into the situation, this journey or this path with this person would be unclear no matter what. I feel like you would probably go into the depths of hell with anybody at this point. I feel like you're definitely not probably seeing this ghost for what they are. Okay, let's find out the reason for ghosting. You and them. Let's find out their zodiac sign. Okay, so it was some sort of a bringing together of two people. Yes, obviously it wasn't very old. So this was just really wishful thinking. I don't think that they were going to make you their world. I think that sometimes you forget where your world is when you get involved with these types of people. So this could be an air sign. This could also be in general or specific, maybe a Gemini. If you were dealing with this person, could be an Aquarius too. This is just, again, wishful thinking. I don't think that you would have yourself the priority if you were to deal with this person or continue to deal with this person. Because over on their end, they have a lot of anxiety and they have a lot of trauma and they feel hopeless. They even feel hopeless about this situation, and things are keeping them up at night anyway. So there could be loss within their life. But whatever this is, they're not in this for the right reason. They're very confused. They're indecisive. They stay up at night. They probably don't sleep very much. Even if they do sleep, they probably wake up exhausted, honey. And they feel like, there's some sort of communication maybe. They're trying to push communication to you, or you might have had a communication with them about the situation. Over on your end, there's no balance. I mean, you're in charge of your thinking, but right now it's like there's delay after delay after delay. But again, you're the one who could come or go too. Like, you don't have to stay just because you know, you're there with this person or whatever is going on. So again, I feel like you kind of just like go to the depths of hell with a person just to, you know, prove to yourself that it is or isn't the one, you know? So yeah, this is a ghost, and whoever this person is definitely taking themselves into their hopelessness. So again, there is a very confusing feeling about this situation. Let's find out a little bit more about the situation. Yeah, so you made it 7 of Cups reversed. This was a bad choice. Okay, so we already talked about that. Over on there, and the confusion comes from a blocked communication. So they just really don't give a fuck enough to actually call you and let you know anything. So I mean, they're just quiet and they're ignoring actually how they feel, and they're probably not going to have a conversation with you about it. Okay, because they have the capabilities, they're able to do these things. I don't know, they're just not. So we're going to figure out what it is that we can do here to make you feel a little bit better. Okay, so stop impulse dating. Make sure that you're not leading into your partners without really verifying who they are, you know, just intuitively, and even like do a nice little background check if you have to. You never know what kind of weirdos. I know we're the weirdos, but you never know what kind of weirdos are out there. So use the inner strength. Go to the depths. Go to the depths of your wisdom, that intuition. Okay, that is where your confidence is. Use that. Experience that. Rise with that. Okay, that's going to give you a lot of courage to get in and out of these dates as quickly as possible, and even walk away from them when you need to. Okay. All right. So I know you're a ride or die, but that's, you know, we don't need to do that. What are you doing here? Okay. All right, let's get a potential outcome here, a likely potential outcome with this air sign. Okay, this is where your limits are, okay? This is a rock bottom type situation. I know that you are post-split. You continue to be post-split. So if you want to have some sort of ending or a recovery, you're going to have to allow this to kind of heal and just lie there. And don't be like, yeah, I'm fine, but you're not fine, and just say that. It's okay, okay? Expect the worst to be over with the situation, because now you're just going to sit there and, you know, take care of the wounds or whatever will help to close this chapter out, because let it close, honey. Shut the fucking door and run. Run the fuck out, please. Also, anything extra here is that this is breaking down your harmony. This is lack of any sort of balance. The two of you, or the uncertainty between the two of you, is just a conflict continuously. I wouldn't fuck around with this. Yes, it looked like it had potential. It looked like it had harmony. It looked like they might come back to you with pure intentions. If they fucking do, don't fear saying no, okay? Just do not fear this. This is not a commitment, though. That is not a commitment. If it was, they would let you know. All right, moving forward into our next zodiac sign, we have our Gemini. All right, Gemini, we got what you are dealing with as far as your ghost, and we're going to find out why they ghosted, pulled back energy, whatever it is physically. Maybe they just energetically pulled back again, however this aligns with you. Please go ahead. I gotta write these down. I completely forgot. Hit subscribe while you're waiting on me. Where are you? Okay. Gemini. Okay. Okay, Gemini. Let's find out what is going on. Okay. This is definitely not a journey anymore, any further. I mean, most of the times things are exciting because a journey is unknown. We don't really understand what's going on within our journey. And no matter what, when we're on a journey with a relationship, a partnership, we usually, if we don't have peace or trust within that, it's just not exactly what we're looking for. It's not going to be what we're looking for, okay? Because you do have a lot of renewal here, a lot of change happening, and a lot of rebirth. So a lot of death and a lot of births. So just like opening up doors and shutting them. That's just where you are, kind of like in a little bit of a, almost like a tower energy currently. So let's find out the reason for ghosting, and then we're going to find out about you and them. You could be dealing with a fire sign, in specific Leo, or an air sign, in specific Aquarius. Okay. So I know that you're struggling to interact or have any kind of communication with this person, and you lack courage, or you're lacking the strength to actually push yourself into some sort of a conversation. And you've got a fear of, like, you know what's important, but you're fearing that you're going to fight it. You're going to fight the situation and fight any information that comes in. So you are resisting this. Of course you are. And it doesn't matter how much information you get about this person, you still continue to fight that it's the proper thing, or this is the relationship, this is what I'm going to do. So whatever that means over there, I feel like over on their end, it's like they try really, really hard, but they continue to let you down, let themselves down. And I feel like the conflict here is that there's a heavy expectations, and they're like, I fucking do not like these heavy expectations. There's something very scary about it. And it's like, they're looking over the situation and they're like, I'm burnt out, I'm done. Okay. So however that aligns for you. The bottom line for the reason for this ghosting situation is that there is some sort of needing of like stability. So this person needs somebody under control. They need somebody stable. They need somebody who is, promising them safety, basically, and security, and just like that daddy energy. Okay. Yes, daddy. So they're looking for that stability. And this is the reason for ghosting. And that is why the journey is lacking that peace. That is definitely here. Anything deeper here that we need to know about? They might have a new financial opportunity also, and that's just something that is very important to their long-term happiness. And I feel like there's definitely some sort of solution here, but it would need teamwork, and they're not under the assumption that you would be a team player with them. Okay. So the fight just continues. They're exhausted. You're exhausted. I think that this, the competition here is ending. Okay. So it's conflict after conflict. It's just like a hot mess. All right. What is it that you need to do to feel better here? Go shopping, go do your nails, go take a hot bath, go do something to find some sort of balance that makes you feel independent, that makes you feel alive again, or just, gives you a little successful day, just tiny bouts of it throughout the day. You're not going to like completely grow from anything, but it will help to distract or maintain some sort of sanity, hopefully. Anything moving into a potential outcome with this person or without this person. So yeah, there's going to be a huge slowdown. I feel like, again, there was just too much doing on your end of things. And yes, there's an emotional bag of just garbage. Okay. And it is, just throw it away. Okay. Let go of the past, leave the past where it lies. I would not try to reach out to this person. No, because there's just a huge breakdown. The harmony is not here. The uncertainty, it's here. It's alive. It's well. I wouldn't fuck with it. But I mean, even though there's no support and there is a fear of commitment on their end, also, they could even come back in with another intention. But if they do, you either live with a zombie or you fucking move forward. Okay. Again, you're trying to change and you're trying to find some sort of rebirth or renewal. You're not going to be able to do it with old energy lingering around, or when you're not supposed to be fucking around with it. Because, break up once, break up twice, ghosting once, ghosting twice. They're all going to be the same. It's all going to end up the fucking same. Okay. Okay. Moving forward. Cancer. Okay. Let's get ready, Cancer, for your reading. Please, Gemini, go hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Hopefully you got something from your reading, enjoyed your reading. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Okay, that's done. Your current energy is very mysterious. And I feel like you kind of like created this situation. And it's like, it's better for the growth. It's better for, you know, yourself rooting through the situation. And you may never fear like living through this. You may never fear living through anything really. But I feel like you continue to kind of be a mystery, yes, and untamed. And there's all these wonderful things about you currently. But I feel like you definitely kind of design your own web, if you will. I know it's kind of Halloween jokey, mom jokes. Sorry. It's like, the wild webs we weave. So it's just like the webs that we weave are our own maps. And for some reason we are lost on them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of weird how we create our entire existence, like to the bone. Okay. So that's just where this is headed, this reading, Cancer, for some reason. But you're currently in an energy of like, you're like, why the fuck am I here? Well, you created it. You did. You created wherever you are. That's disgusting, John Parks. I would hate to come across you on Halloween. Oh, it's funny though. You know what? Okay, fine. I would pay to see you dressed up as a big ball sack. Fine. I'll do it. I'll watch you. It'll be funny. It's good. It's good, whatever you dress up as. So you're going as yourself then. Okay, so reason for ghosting is that this was kind of a last stand thing. So this was a last ditch effort. This was, I don't want to deal with this anymore, but we're going to try one more time type of thing. So the love needed to be tended to. And it was like, they were always just kind of on guard. And the love just didn't feel like it was coming naturally or easy, even the relationship. Over on your end of things, you kind of withdrew anyway. And you wanted to be alone, you know? And you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Pentacle sign, or a fire sign. And over on their end of things, I mean, they were empowered. I mean, they're very authentic. They're very aligned. They got their shit together. Okay. But I feel like they needed to be a little more confident in this relationship, and they needed a little more confidence from you. And there was sexual expression happening. You two had a lot of emotions together. What is it that we really need to know surrounding this? Okay. Okay. Well, there definitely was some sort of a crossroad, and somebody brought in a third party situation. So however that aligns for you. So something happened. There was a choice that was needing to be made, and the struggle, the power struggle, it became too late. Okay. You could not fix this after a certain point if you wanted to. And it's definitely hopeless, and it's definitely unanswered. And you definitely had somebody walk away from you. So that's kind of what's really wrapping around the situation, is the fact that this person had another person. They had another person, or they had another something or other that was more important than you. Okay. They made their choice. They walked away. Okay. They fear commitment. That's what it is. That's to feel better. What do you need to do to feel better? Okay. You have a lot of anxiety, but you're responsible for where you are. So don't have anxiety anymore. Okay. Because we are truly responsible for every single action that we put into this. So wherever we land, even if we're sitting right fucking here, this is our jam. This is where we put ourselves. So stop having anxiety about it. Like, you can put yourself in other places, right? Okay. Well, that's what you need to do. You need to clear up your mind by understanding that our actions have heavy, heavy weight by the ending of it. Okay. Especially if you don't like where you put yourself. What's good for your future self? Put yourself there. Okay. All right, let's get into a likely outcome. Are you going to be dealing with this person again? Ace of Cups, Judgment, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, reverse. They're shady. I wouldn't fuck with them. They're not coming back in, though. Yeah. And you're kind of like trying to control yourself by emotionally blocking. I would stop doing that. Don't hold back too much, because when we ignore how we feel in a good and a bad way. So we're cutting off not just the negative, but the positive too. So don't fucking do that for this person. Stop it. I mean, if you have to numb yourself for a minute, fine, I get it, move on. But, you know, the self-realization or the awakening of this, or, you know, feeling like this was love with good intentions. I mean, you are invited to shine through this. Fuck this shit. Okay. This person was very shady, and I'm not going to get it much deeper into that, but I mean, they passed the blame on to you anyway. So fuck them. Fuck them. All right, Cancer. Thank you so much. Please hit subscribe when you take off. Other than that, we're going to get into our next reading. Leo. Leo, why did you get ghosted? I think I know. I think I know why you got ghosted. Because you're a dick. Just kidding. Oh. Oh. The webs that we weave. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Leo's usually a dick. You got ghosted because you're a dick. Okay. Can you imagine if you seen a giant ball sack walking down the road, though? That would be weird. I'd be like, why are you dressed up like that? And like, whose ball sack? Like, do you just put on another man's ball sack, or do you create your own costume? Okay. Oh man. Currently in a very strange energy, just like almost like you're forcing yourself to be like kind of sitting around in this, just waiting on that ghost to come back. Well, they're not, okay? So move on. They're not fucking, and even if they do, again, it's a fat fucking chance that you're gonna live happily ever after, okay? Because ghosting is just like the universes or the lights or the gods, whatever you believe in. It's just their little way of saying you're welcome, okay? They're like, proceed. Proceed. They don't want you fucking around with this person. Listen, Linda. Okay. Reason for ghosting is that they figured something out. They came in loving with good intention, but they're ready to kind of shine their way out. They're over the lack of trust. They're over the lack of peace. And they're kind of already like in a place of spiritual awakening. So they're trying to grasp onto those types of things. And they might just be having a huge eye-opening moment. Okay. I don't think they had any creepy motives. I do feel like they were trying to redeem themselves at certain points here. They felt like there was a harsh judgment, or else you were feeling harsh judgment from them. Okay. And you were emotionally blocked anyway, and you're trying to control how you feel about the relationship in this person. And that's going to make them be like, I know you got feelings, but you're controlling them, and I'm out of here. Okay. And over on their end, they have a lot of anxiety about it. They do. The communication that comes from them it's a daily struggle. Okay. However, this relationship aligns for you. Let's move into more things we need to know about the situation. Okay, so you were really trying to love deeply here. That's the trueness here. You were taking lead in the relationship. You were trying to, and you were trying to make some sort of a daring decision. And you were trying to see and work out the full picture and be like, okay, I've got this. I know how to be a stable leader. I can do this. Here we go. But, over on their end of things, as far as like a little more depth into the ghosting situation, it's not going to work out. That's just, they knew that. Because their wishes on some other end probably came true, or they're just, proud of how they're moving through life, and they're proud of their inner self, and they have a lot of self-love, and they want to accomplish things emotionally. And for some reason, with your emotional block up, they're like, I cannot accomplish those things. I want something that's forever. Okay. Anything for you to feel better would be to go to bed, go take a fucking break. Jesus Christ. I mean, when do you stop competing with life or people, with the universe? Stop. Just go to bed. There's a solution here. There is harmony here when you're ready to stop fighting, when you're ready to stop being upset, when you're ready to put the fire out and take a fucking nap. I mean, this will go back into the harmony. Your life will go back into a peaceful mode. But the conflict here is that it's never ending. Like, who are you proving yourself to, girlfriend? All right, likely outcome here with this person. Are they coming back in? You could have had an air sign, water sign. No, this is definitely something you will recover from. Obviously, I feel like the feeling like shit is coming to an ending. So I was just talking about that with our last card, Five of Wands in reverse, just indicating that if you take a fucking break, if you go, sit on the bench for a minute, you'll recharge and you'll be right back up. But yeah, rock bottom, post split, post ghosting, whatever you want to call it. This is definitely not something you don't want this person or this situation to come back, because they and you lack substance. Okay. the unrealistic, emotional anything surrounding this is not okay. So they're very sulky anyway, and they're going to ponder, you know, where it was headed. They're going to ponder it, and you're going to be distracted also. I mean, these are things that will come in and out, but could have been some lies or deception. This could have been coming from you or from them. And they're taking a step back. They're not coming back in. They're not offering any type of communication or love expression. Okay. Kiss their ass goodbye. Kiss them goodbye. Okay. Moving in on to our Virgo. Virgo. I could probably guess why they got ghosted too. 30. All right. Alrighty, here we go. Y'all ready? Virgo, you are up next. Leo, hit subscribe before you take off. Go ahead, hit subscribe, click that bell so you don't miss anything here. Hope that you're all having a good Halloween thus far. I am ready for it to be over. I feel like this month has lasted like 2 years. That's just how it's felt to me. I'm ready for it to be fucking over. Okay. Okay, Virgo. This person would have had to, something would have had to change about this person. And there's just, you can't talk them into anything. You can't talk them out of anything. You can't be right even. This person definitely is independent. So that also, they enjoy that part of their life. And again, you cannot change this person, and careful, because I wouldn't fucking want to do that anyway, because then, you know, you're kind of like opening up the responsibility for their happiness or their unhappiness. And that's not something you want either. Over on your end of things, you're younger than them. You have to be. I feel like you're so full of energy anyway, and you're confident. Like, what are you doing here? Like, who cares? Who cares if anybody ghosted you? I mean, you're full of youth. I know that the fairness here is something that probably is like, what's going on? I mean, but you really got yourself through this situation. Your mental process was really nice. I mean, the planning of every day or every hour has been wonderful. I don't think that there's anything lacking here. Your mind has been great throughout this whole thing. Now, you could be dealing with fire sign or air sign. Over on their end, their thinking is very blocked. They don't want to deal with the struggle, and they're struggling with their work. Okay. They don't feel like they can carry on that way. They don't feel like they can keep continuing to struggle and be dealing with the same situation and blaming themselves and feeling selfish. And, you know, there's all of these things that go into why we ghost, but that's why they pull back on the energy. They might have to work a lot. I mean, who the fuck knows? But again, the independence, their work, they don't want to blame themselves. They don't want to be in a place where they're like exhausted with themselves or burnt out. So of course, yeah, they're going to pull back energy, or they're going to take the fuck off. Hello, Charlie. Charlie? Hello, Charlie. Okay. Anything that we should really know a little bit deeper here is that there is something going on. There could be a secret over on your end of things. So you actually could have something going on as far as information that they received that they were not okay with. This could definitely be passing blame onto them also. So maybe they do blame themselves. Maybe you're blaming them, but the information is coming from your end. So whatever they figured out about you, or whatever shady tactic or, you know, past situation that they're figuring out, that's kind of one of the reasons it broke down the harmony here. And now they feel like there's lack of home. I mean, there's no support there. And they definitely would fear, you know, being in a relationship with somebody that they find out a bunch of shit that they don't like. Okay. So this person is not interested in your past creepiness. That's just what it is. Anything to feel better here would be to just get in, you know, back into the finances of things, and get back into your business, get back into your work, manifest. You want long-term happiness? Go fucking get in, start a new beginning process in your business, your financials, whatever it is that really like floats your boat as far as business and experience, something different. Just put your focus there though. Okay. That would make you feel much better. And any likely outcome here with this individual is this ghost floating back. don't know if they'll, I don't know. Because the likely outcome here is that any love or energy that is leading to love would be a lot of hard work. Okay. So if your person was willing to do that, but I don't know if they're open-minded enough to really carry back towards you. If they come back towards you, it's something that you would have pursued. They're not going to pursue you. So you would be better off being realistic here and understanding that misery loves company. If one or the other is, you know, a pain in the ass, they're going to want company. So like, did they ghost you and then, or pull back on energy? Yes. Okay. Well, then let them be misery alone. Okay. Their money's secure. Yours not. I don't know what that means, but there you go. I mean, that has something to do with it. The love and the money, two different spectrums, but they are controlling. The money is controlling this reading about your business too. Anyway, they have more money than you, so they can do whatever the fuck they want, really. All right, moving in to our next reading. Libra? Okay. All right. All right, Libra. Let's find out why you got ghosted. Thank you so much, Virgo. Hopefully that helped. Hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. All right, let's get into your reading, Libra. Okay, bottom line for this ghost situation. We have an earth sign, definitely an earth sign or a fire sign. Could be a Leo in specific, Taurus in specific. This is an unstable situation, okay? And I feel like it lacks all of the things that you need to have a really good, reliable, yummy relationship. This is not the jam, okay, Libra? You have a lot of personal beliefs that you were kind of bending. You're bending rules to be with this person. You could have just even thought that you were losing control to that. And I feel like it's like you don't want to conform either, though. I mean, because with them, there was always a struggle. So what they thought was important had nothing to do with you. What they thought was important here, I feel like definitely had all to do with danger or, you know, exhausting themselves or, you know, overly using their energy or in addictions. Or I just feel like the interactions between the two of you or the information that they would give you would just make you crazy. So I don't know that you'd want to be around this person, but that's just, again, this person is in a place where they have no courage. They don't really have a fire right now. And that's, they're not lit up at all. The information that does come from them, again, it just drives you insane. You're like, ugh. Okay. So the instability, the laziness, the weakness in this relationship, and it lacks everything that you need to have a passion or a fire in a relationship. Okay. And anything you really need to know truly deeply about this situation is that you are a leader and there are a lot of decisions or taking a lead in this situation or focusing and having the time to focus. You've had to do all this. You've even had to add the deep love. The love is deep from you. And that's fine. And that's fine. But then, you know, they're over there living in denial. They're pretending as if they're going to blame you. Okay. They're not taking accountability. Your love is deep, yet they're over here not accepting the actual truth of the situation. And they're just kind of like not letting things be balanced. They're just, it's like they're forcing it to be bad. Okay. If they were to take accountability, not blame you for everything, and this kind of ran its course, I think things would be fine. But there's a huge delay. The mere fact that they don't even welcome this relationship. They don't even welcome balance or peace in it. Fuck it. Fuck it. That sounds like an awful person. I'm just saying, whoever this person is. Okay. Things for you to feel better. I know that you have all these past issues, and it's a lot of times you kind of break down in these tough times or in these moments where you're confused or, you know, you're just frustrated and you're over it. Yes, this feels shameful. It makes you feel like you're hard to love. I understand, but you cannot make this experience about that. You have to make the experience about getting through the shit and making these past issues make you stronger and stronger and stronger until you're at the point where nobody can fuck with you that has a certain energy like that. Okay. Don't let these people fuck with you, because this is very much bothering you. Let's get a likely outcome. Okay. So I feel like there will be some sort of a connection again. Your limits again will be met with this person. And I feel like this is just going to bring a problem. It's not inspiring at all. This is just going to bring tension, problems once again. But I mean, I think you're going to be like, let's just try one more time. I think you're going to do a last little stand here. You're going to be like, the love needs to be taken care of. I think that we can do this. If I pour all of my guts into this, maybe it'll work. Okay. But just know that there is a misuse of power here. Okay. Whatever you think is happening in love is not. This is, and I'm being firm in the truth here, saying with this King of Swords reverse, you really need to stand up for yourself. You really need to understand what the fuck is going on. Gain clarity. Don't give them a last moment. Fuck them. Okay, moving forward. They didn't care when they were ghosting you, did they? They don't care for you to talk to them about it, do they? No, they do not. Okay. Okay. They didn't care then. They won't care now. Okay. It's not like you start loving somebody all of a sudden. Or is that a thing? Oh, I found so much appreciation. Yeah, until you're bored again. Okay. Let's get into our next reading. Libra, please hit subscribe. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, we're going to get into your reading. Right now, we're going to find out why you got ghosted and what do we need to know about it all the way into a likely outcome. All right. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. I don't feel like they thought this was a relationship. I think that they just really believe in themselves. And their energy is just very clear. They like to be the center of attention. So I don't even know if they really even thought this was a relationship. It doesn't mean that they weren't a positive individual. I mean, I get happy just looking at the situation, the cards here. I feel like the experience was, it was a good one. It was a positive, it was warm, it was inviting. But yeah, I don't think they thought this was actually like a full relationship. Okay. Because I mean, they took off or ghosted you for some sort of money, long-term happiness. So they were probably in the midst of something brand new beginning as far as like money, business, whatever they do for work, maybe new house, maybe they were just trying to create something in general or transform themselves. And they were like, yeah, I'm like in a positive energy right now, but this is not a relationship. Okay. I mean, I feel like if they were to have an intention, it would be a good one. Maybe they could sense that you had a lot of external disruption. There was a lot of chaos around you, or is still. So any conflict or any change is chaotic, and it is something that they can see. Okay. This change is fated for you. So it's something that you're going through and it's a part of your situation, but they're on a different energy fucking lane. And they're like, nope, I don't want to deal with that right now. That's not a part of my journey right now. Okay. And you're feeling like you have like a big fucking flip on the fortune, or you feel like your fate has changed so drastically. Well, that's probably why you have a ghost now. And it's not a bad thing. Again, these are all things that are just happening. That's it. And that's all we can do with it. We can't like judge ourselves over it. Okay, so the deepest part of this situation is that you're hurt and you have been feeling like a lot of grief and you were kind of caught off guard. So you were not under the awareness that this person didn't want a relationship, okay? They're a blast from the past too. You probably knew them when you were younger or you already dealt with them before. And I feel like they're very good in health and energy. So they just don't waste time and they don't work in a community. So they're not, what's the word? Polyamorous. I feel like they're not like somebody who just is monogamous, somebody who just does one person. They want 3 or 2 or whatever they want. That's kind of where they're at. And they've had a lot of success in that. So, I mean, and you're caught over here caught off guard. Sorry, it's a serious situation. So you're caught off guard. And you might have, I don't know if you told them this, but I feel like you told them or communicated that you love them. Okay. That would definitely make them run. And you could even be in a place where you're sick, or just like just exhausted, because there is chaos around you. So you might just be in a place where it's not a good time for you to date. Maybe, get off POF and Tinder, because I don't think you should be dating right now, girlfriend. All right, let's move into what could make you feel better. Okay, so to get into a better place, I really feel like you need to understand that you don't always get what you want, and I wouldn't date right now. But to get wish fulfillment or to feel a lot happier emotionally, I feel like you really need to understand and process this. You do not get what you want. You get what you get. And that is what it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like, this person is so good in their lane. They're so happy to be who they are. Yet you are over here in a fucking cloud. Rain is pouring down on you. You're this sad thing. Don't be, because that's where you're breaking down. Okay. I just feel like you don't understand that it will work out. It's going to work out. Okay. Finally, your wishes will get into a place where it's going to work out. Your dreams will come true. But you cannot assume that everything is going to look the way that you think it should look. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You do have a lot to say about the situation, though. You do. Just stop. Okay. Let's get into a likely outcome here. Is this person coming back in? What do we got going on? Okay. They're going to let go. They're letting go. They don't want the emotional dumpster. They don't want to go back into the past any more than they already have. That's just kind of where they're at. And again, they're very independent. They have a lot of good decisions that they make, and they don't want to talk it out. You want to talk it out, but they don't. Okay. You're not going to change them, and it's just not happening. So yes, I know that a likely outcome here is just you feeling no support and uncertain moving forward. Even though you have good intention, you have a good heart, and you have all these really warm, wonderful things about you, you seek out some sort of fear with this. But this is no commitment, so stop fucking thinking it is. Okay, stop it. Do some inner work. See the full picture. 4 cups up. Yeah. Go on the inside. All right. Moving forward into our Sagittarius. Okay. Let's find out what's going on. Please go ahead. Hit subscribe. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I hope that all works out for you. Of course, nobody wants to feel like that. Sorry. I wish I could wash you of that. I cannot. I'm not one of those really wonderful, magical people. I cannot. Hopefully that helped, though, the reading. Okay. God, a reason for the ghosting. Good Lord. Some sort of, there was a turn. Somebody's very bummed out. Probably your ghost. They were very bummed out, and they feel like they needed more time before this was revealed. So some sort of truth is needed on your end, and maybe they just haven't had it yet. Or maybe it's vice versa. Just, again, however this aligns. I feel like honesty is the biggest deal here. So that's the reason for ghosting, is there was lack of honesty and something was revealed. So then they were waiting on the truth, or you were, whichever. You over here, you're just trying to let go of how others are like maybe judging you right now. You're just like seeking out some sort of like leverage. I feel like you're exhausted. You're burnt out on the situation. You feel like it's not stable. And I do know that you're letting go of them. You feel like it was just an emotional roller coaster. It could have been that for you also. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, they don't want to waste their time either, because they probably brought somebody else into the situation. So the truth here was that their narrative was false, because they did bring a third party in. They didn't want to waste any time. They had people to, be around. They thought maybe you'd be fine with it. I don't know. It was a bad turn of events is what I'm feeling here. Anything you should really, truly know about the situation is that the full picture, even when you were getting involved, you should have seen it. You just didn't want to, okay? Because you didn't want to look at maybe something that wasn't as attractive. You were looking at something more so like you were making up a facade of lovely instead of threesome. There was 3 people over here. This person wants to see more than one person, okay? That is true to what it is. And I feel like there was an aspect missing even when you first came into the situation. I do know that you brought in a lot of positivity. You brought in a lot of clarity and truth. But again, your clarity and truth is different than seeing their clarity and their truth. Even though it's not a good one for you, it's still theirs, okay? So I know that you were trying to put an energy into this and be the center of attention, but they, you know, they got a few in the center of attention places. So anyway, anything to feel better here? I feel like just getting in a more happy, balanced place. You definitely want to just reconnect with your community. Maybe you just feel no support as of right now. So any tensions that you feel kind of surrounding around this, make sure to find some sort of support or, you know, a community or sense of connection with people, okay? And I know that you're fearing any sort of extra commitment right now, but the conflict is all in the mere fact that you don't feel like you're supported, okay? Which likely sometimes we are not. It is not about a village anymore, that's for sure. Likely outcome. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this was an ideal love thing. Likely outcome is that you were really trying to, again, be optimistic here. You really had, you know, this belief that this was something specific, something inspirational. And I feel like, you know, just bottom line, truth was revealed. Okay. And a likely outcome here is that you're just going to put a lot of growth into action. And you're feeling a certain way about your sexual expression. So you might work on that too. You might change things up, grow it a little bit. And I feel like it's going to come back good for you. So keep feeling good, keep moving through. And I feel like bottom line here is that you are going to be busy working. Relationships will need to change anyway. So fuck it, you know? All right, moving forward, getting into our next reading, Sagittarius, please go hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. We're on Capricorn. Okay. All right. Okay, could be dealing with water sign. You could be dealing with a fire sign. I feel like this person is a mom, or they're a motherly role to somebody, or you were wanting them to be the mother of your kids, however that comes out. Whatever this is, this person is like, they just feel very good. They're very nurturing. There's just something about them. They're very loving, and there's a lot of action from them, a lot of growth that comes from them. So this is definitely something you thought was going to be successful over on your end of things. And this could be somebody that you already messed around with or were with. But again, you guys could be trying for a baby right now. There could be, you know, a baby situation happening. That's why that mother energy is coming up for me. So I feel like there's definitely some sort of, it's good health too. So I feel like somebody was not wanting to waste any time here, but there is options. So there could have been some sort of a cheating situation. Capricorn. That is weird. So there could have been 2 paths, and you know, you weren't aware of the second one. And then you're like, okay. So there was options, and I feel like there was just like, I just feel like there was a lack of any sort of like expression about this, because this is not something that you would have seen probably. Let's go deeper into this. So they could have even got some sort of a new opportunity handed to them. So anything that was reliable or that they could grow from on the outer situation, they took up a new financial opportunity. So this really added to that long-term happiness for them. So that's what this other option would have been, another job maybe. And maybe it took them away from the situation. I don't know what this means. But I do feel like you need to stop doing so much. And you are slowing down a little bit with the situation, but I feel like to really understand what's happening or to find any sort of balance in this experience, you're going to need to expand what you know. So you need to find out some more shit. That's what you need to do. What is going on? That's what you need to find out. What's happening? What's happening, Kevin? Likely, no. Yeah, feel better. Likely outcome here is that there's a hopelessness on your end of things and you feel unanswered. And so you're walking away from the situation. Okay. And you don't want to have an interaction. You don't want to struggle to have a communication or a set conversation about shit because you know what is important, but right as of right now, you're not really sure what is important. Okay. This is a really heavy ghosting situation. I feel like there could be a child even involved, or you're just very youthful. But you're going to push forward. You're like, whatever. I mean, you know, what are you going to do about it? Right. So you're just moving through as best as you can, ready to change. You have good intention. You're just really seeking out some sort of a logic in the sense of like the daily struggle in the mind. Okay. So that is your biggest situation here, is that this is a struggle and you're just thinking about it constantly. So you're just trying to fix it, but you know that, you know, you're not willing to struggle for it like that, not like get in deep. So whatever that is, that was very strange reading. Okay, let's move forward into our next reading. Got two more left. And Pisces. Okay. Here we go. All right, Aquarius. Earth sign. Could be earth, could also be an air. Okay, so the reason for the ghosting is somebody was just giving too much away in the situation. So they were feeling like they were giving too much energy. They don't feel like it was being reciprocated, okay? And you were really afraid to take a risk. I mean, they were right. You were like over here, like just not falling into it. You were just not willing to slow down. You didn't want to put in the effort, okay? And without effort, we do not have passion, okay? There was not a matching energy here. And I feel like you were very passive about it because you were kind of over it anyway, because you were probably feeling the weird energy exchanges. So there was a huge change or a shift. And I feel like on their end, the confusion comes from lack of communication and ignoring, you know, the needs of them, whoever you were dealing with. Anything a little deeper here. So there, you definitely withdrew from it. You're trying to have discretion. You were trying to take time to see if it actually fit, or, you know, if you could make it fit, or if it was right. And that's just not how it was working out. You couldn't even enter search. It's almost like you didn't have time. Okay. And I feel like over on their end, they were just taking on unrealistic views of the relationship or the connection. And nothing really felt as if, like when they were first imagining it, nothing felt like they thought it would. And they didn't want to move towards it even more. So they just took off. They're like, fuck it. To feel a little bit better here, just stop fighting about it. Just stop trying to, don't take a last stand, because it's looking like you're trying to do that to get into a place where you kind of like come to closure on it. You're not going to get a closing end on this. You don't want to seek this out, but it's looking like you're trying to. And you're like, love's never easy, blah, blah, blah. Just stop. Just stop. It would, I think love is pretty like, you know, like effortless when you first are initially in it. Love is very difficult when you're growing and changing and moving with another person, but I don't think it should be a huge struggle in the beginning. Do you? I mean, what do you think? I don't know. What's the likely outcome here? What? Okay, so what you thought was going to be a major change, you thought this was going to be soulmate situation. And that's why you're like, yes, yes, yes. That's why you're like trying to, you know, hunt this love relationship down and make it the choice. Okay, you're trying to make whatever worked here before, you're trying to make it work again. you're being very reckless, and this is just being indicated by cards that, I mean, this is unstable. Stop being so impatient and just wait for your next person, okay? Because the next one will be an ideal love. There's, you know, more truth that will be revealed here. So there is something else going on. So just continue to be optimistic and inspirational, and just keep setting forth some sort of harmony and balance within your life, but don't fucking hunt this person down. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, let's get into Pisces. Pisces. It's the fish. All right. Why did you get ghosted, Pisces? You are my last zodiac sign. I feel like celebrating. These ones always feel really long. And they're really not that bad. I've done like reading on one individual. The longest one I did was almost 2 hours. All right, let's find out what's going on, Pisces. Okay. So they took off because of the tension and the fear here. They fear commitment. They fear balance. They feel something that's healthy, which makes no sense to healthy people. But they felt a lack of home. They felt like this was not the home. This wasn't it. Obviously, there was conflict. Over on your end of things, you were trying to be as clear as possible, and the truth here was in your authority. So you might have been leading, you know, with your logic and your reasons and your communication, your connections like that. But I feel like intellectually they weren't lacking. I feel like emotionally they needed something more. Okay. So over on their end, they were definitely hesitant to moving forward again because they were second guessing the reliability here. Yeah. They were kind of just over it. They definitely were like above and beyond on this. Anyway, so timing though, for some reason keeps coming up because I feel like you two would have been a good match at this point, but there was some sort of a timing issue and that made them hesitant, second guess. And I feel like that put you in a place where you're like, what are you gonna do? I don't think you were like down, you know, crying in your room or anything like that. What is a little bit deeper here? This is the calm, I guess. So it was an easy balance to begin with, but I feel like you need to move ahead because this is the calm before it gets real bad, because something is going to be coming up here. Something's going to be like, you know, what's the word? Not planned, I guess, but there's just going to be something said out of spite. I don't know why. And it's going to be very cold and really fucked up. And it's going to confuse the shit out of you. So I think over a little bit deeper here is that this could have been something of a vision, but you need a fresh start. You need to get away from this. You need to get into a spiritual spiritual or an emotional or a passion project or some sort of an adventure that will keep you going. It's something with newness. Get out of that storm, whatever that is. It's just not something that needs to fuck you up, because I don't think that would be a good idea. What is the likely outcome here of this actually coming back around? Okay. I feel like you're going to try and find some peace, and you're going to put some sort of communication or action towards this person if you haven't already. And I feel like that this is really taking on some sort of unrealistic thought, idea, process, viewpoint. This is not going to be something that you're going to want to move towards. Okay. I know that sometimes we lack self-control, which is being indicated that you already talked to this person or tried to. And again, it's just a waste of time. It's not a great time for you to date in general if you're going to move towards that type of situation, because that's just something you don't understand. Okay. There's a truth there that has not been said to you. So it's just something that has not been said and you don't want to hear. I don't know what that means, but there you go. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Please go ahead, hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot, of course, and hit that bell. Don't miss a thing here. When you do that, you'll get all my very annoying notifications throughout the day. So if that's okay with you, go ahead and hit it. Happy Halloween, you guys. Stay safe. Bye.